Hey guys, so if you're joining me, I've already started with our low carb taco soup. This is Pinterest inspired. My family loves this, my daughter especially. And right now I have ground turkey cooking, 2 pounds. So we've doubled the recipe, but if you're doing just a regular serving, then 1 pound will be fine. I've already added a dash of chili powder and a dash of cumin because I'm going to be adding actual taco seasoning. You don't have to do that part, but I do since it has all the wonderful spices in it. And we're going to be adding some onions and garlic and all those wonderful things. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so now I have here about a medium-sized sweet vidalia onion because those are the only onions that I really love. So we're going to just empty that on into our pot. We're going to kind of let those get a little translucent or just to the point where they're done and yummy, all the goodness. And we're going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic. I buy the garlic that's already minced up to save time. You can use a little bit less. A half of teaspoon of this would be like a clove of garlic, so you can do this desired to your taste. So we're going to empty that in, and we're going to get ready to add our other ingredients. Okay guys, so now I've added 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese. I like mine a little bit creamier, and like I said, I'm doubling the recipe, but you're welcome to just use one if you're using a 1 pound of ground turkey or ground beef. I did not drain the ground turkey because mine has little to no fat of the grease. If you do ground beef, I would suggest that you probably drain it before you add your onions. So next we're going to be adding some Rotel tomatoes and some taco seasoning and our beef broth. So as you can see, the cream cheese is already melted. I'm so sorry guys, I forgot to show you that part. This is my first little cooking video, so work with me here. But what I do have are 2 cans of 10 ounce of Rotel tomatoes with mild chilies. You can use spicy or mild or medium. So we're going to mix those in, and then we're going to get ready to add our broth and our taco seasoning. Okay, so now that the Rotel tomatoes have simmered in with the cream cheese and the ground turkey, onions, and all of that yummy goodness with the garlic, you're going to add some cooking stock. I have beef cooking stock. You can use 2 cans, depending on the thickness or consistency that you want your soup. I like mine kind of creamy, not too thick, not too thin, so that you can crumble up your tortilla chips, which will add a few more carbs. But you know how to reduce that. You can eat those without. So we're going to go ahead and add our beef stock and then our heavy whipping cream to make the base of the soup very creamy. So while that's simmering, I'm going to go ahead and add my taco seasoning. And you can put as much as you'd like for this particular part of the recipe. 1 pack or a pack and a half, depending on your liking of your salt intake or sodium or however you like your seasonings. So we're going to mix that in and let that simmer just a couple more minutes. Now that that's simmered in, I have some super sweet corn frozen. I'm going to mix that in. I have a 16-ounce bag. I'm not sure if I'm going to add all of it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending on the thickness of the soup. And we're going to add the heavy cream after. So then I'm going to go ahead and let this corn simmer and add our cream. Okay, so now my frozen corn is added all in. I have some heavy whipping cream. You're supposed to add 3/4 or 1/4 cup of whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream. I recommend heavy whipping cream as the recipe recommended so that it can be extra creamy. This can be added to your liking as well. I wouldn't put too much, but kind of follow the recipe. And so we're going to go ahead and add that, and you'll see how the consistency changes a bit. Okay guys, I've added a little bit of better lighting. Hope you can see this. So now I've added my heavy whipping cream, and you may season this according to your taste. Like I said, you may add a little bit more taco seasoning or cumin, chili powder, a little bit of salt accent. That just depends on your taste. And if you love Rotel dip or the dip that's made with like the Velveeta cheese and the meat and the Rotel tomatoes that you eat with chips. You will love this soup. We often top ours with sour cream and maybe some tortilla chips crunched over inside of the soup and maybe a dollop of sour cream, but that's highly up to you. Season to taste. And this was a really quick video, so I hope you all enjoy and happy eating.